Here we go then. So this is going to be a breakdown on the continuation short that I took on NQ today. So in the pre-market breakdown, what I explained was we had relative equal highs here. I'm not going to draw it out because all my drawings will come up, but I said I would like to see us come into this 4 hour gap, then I would potentially look for longs. But as always, I say to everybody inside the Discord, I will not marry a bias. I will react to what the markets are showing me and adapt at the time. So this is where probably experience comes into play and a bit of confidence in and being able to actually read the market. So we did come into the 4 hour gap, but what I'd done when we was around here is I used it as a draw on liquidity and shorted into it. When we was around this 4 hour gap, I could tell that we weren't bouncing from there. We was not showing the reaction. So I shorted into this. I only aimed for a 2 risk to reward. It was copy traded over my Alpha Futures accounts, but it's ran on to about a 10R, which obviously can be frustrating, but at the same time, I don't really want to be holding trades once we hit my target and we're in a bullish 4 hour gap and we're retesting a new week opening gap as well. So for me, I was happy to just get out, get my profits and go and crack on, have some dinner and get on with my life. I don't want to sit in front of the charts 24/7. Look at this. This was my exact entry here, just showing you. And it's gone to a 13.2R. On live accounts, of course, that can be a bit frustrating, like I said, but whatever. We never ever expected it to go here. I'm happy with my profits, and it is what it is. But let me get the chart executions on and show to you exactly why I took this trade. Right, so let's have a look at this bit of price action here. We have a bullish 15-minute gap from yesterday that was holding up, yeah? Remember, this is where I took my profits yesterday because this gap was holding up. Today, it didn't hold up. We smashed through and we had an inversion of it. So yesterday, it was being used as support. Today, it's turned into resistance because we was bullish, but now this is showing to me that this is a change in market trend and we want to go lower. Remember, when we had this inversion here, the fact that we left this low and the 4 hour gap and we didn't tap into it, it filled me with even more confidence because I knew that at some point these will be getting taken. So once we had the inversion, we then got the retest, and I'm going to now show you that on the 1 minute and show to you why some unexperienced traders would think that we're about to have a long opportunity and probably go to take long trades. So as you see, I knew we had this 4 hour gap here, yeah? And we had just edged it. So like I said, this is filling me with more confidence that we are going to come down. We're generating liquidity. And this is what we want to target. I had my draw and I knew where the market was going. So what we done was, look at what we done. We had an inversion. 1 minute inversion to the upside. People would be sitting here thinking, oh my God, reversal, let's go long, bang, bang, bang. Not looking at the bigger picture, not looking at the higher time frame. And this is where a lot of people will go wrong. And what I then done, once we see the retest of the 15-minute inversion, which is this grey box, we see a very nice V shape and we see an inversion, a 1 minute inversion to the downside. And most important thing, what time did it happen? Exactly at 9:50 a.m. That's exactly when our first AM session macro starts. And that was the cherry on the top for me because I knew that we was going to go lower. So let's break this down. Higher time frame analysis, rejection out of a 15-minute inversion, 1 minute inverse fair value gap entry, strong draw on liquidity being the 4 hour fair value gap, and also it being exactly at 10:50 macro. You have 5 solid confluences there. And that is an extremely, extremely clean trade. A plus, continuation. And I had to see this pullback to take this. I couldn't take the continuation without the pullback. This is where I ended up taking my full profits at It was around, where was it? Yeah, literally here at 2R. And like I said, look, we've continuously been melting. Did see a bit of a pullback, but guys, we are bearish. You don't want to be aiming for longs here. You might get the little pullbacks, but this is extremely bearish. And overall, and then after that, we did see inversion, entry. Could have took another banging short, but it was a bearish day. Very, very bearish. Like I say, overall it went to 13.5%. I cashed it out at 2. Sounds pretty crazy, but it was over a few accounts. I'm happy. 2 winners. Winner on Monday, winner on Tuesday. We no longer have any red folder news this week, I believe. So approach it with a bit more caution. Expect a bit less from the market. And yeah, so far, great start to February. But if you've got any questions, let me know in the comment. Let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to answer them. And yeah, I took this inside the Discord. It's a free Discord. It won't be free for much longer. So if you want to join it soon. And yeah, roll on tomorrow. Let's see what we can catch.